Hey, hello, it's time to open up a package. And yeah, first, before we actually do that, I kind of want to mention my energy is super low. Feeling kind of under the weather today and yesterday as well. And my voice is also a little bit gone. So yeah, the timing is actually perfect because I'm very excited about this one. But I am not really capable or capable for the fullest extent to show my enthusiasm for this package. But yeah, I've been waiting for this one for quite a while. It's a game that I really wanted to add to my collection, and I think today is actually gonna be the day that it is part of my collection. You never know. I don't know what is inside here. I'm expecting a very cool game, but yeah, you know, it could be a dirty sock. Who knows? But yeah, let's open up this package. And um, before I do that, because I'm not feeling it 100%, I might just open it up and just show like the quality, and then probably tomorrow record the rest. So there might be like a jump cut, but now you know the power of editing. And yeah, also no, I'm not. I was gonna say apologies for me when I sniffle a little bit, but that's what you get when you have like a cold. I forgot to pick the box opener, so I'm doing it with a very small knife, but it should be fine. Also for this week, I think this is gonna be it. Just solely this unboxing. Um, because yeah, there are a couple of other games that I do want to show, but again, this is maybe the most exciting one of all the games that I've picked up, maybe this year even. Yes, even more exciting than Pokemon Gale of Darkness, for real. So yeah, first impression, like a good box. Like this is an expensive item. Did it tell you already that like this is an expensive item? Um, I was actually thinking like, is this the most expensive game that I ever bought? And um, I think it is. I actually think it is. I'm not planning on doing this often, but again, this is part. This game is part of a very cool sub collection, and yeah, one that I again really wanted to add to that because I was still missing out on this one. It is actually part of like multiple sub collections. And before I continue, let me know in the comments right now. Now I do that thing like, hey, let me know in the comments. But no, take a guess in the comments if you can guess like what game this is, because I'm quite curious about it. But yeah, first impression is that they did a very good job at securing this item. They were kind of hesitant to even sell it. Uh, yeah, they were selling it, but they were very hesitant to ship it over because it came all the way from Italy, I think, or France. But yeah, let's just. I also want to be very cautious. Yeah, good packaging. Yeah, very nice. Love it. Let's put the box on the ground. And let's do that as well. There you go. Hope everybody is doing okay today. And if you see this in the weekend, I hope you have a very nice weekend. That is what I was gonna say. I pressed the spacebar and stopped the recording. But yeah, it's a PlayStation 2 title. My biggest worry is, well, it is an expensive title, and even the seller was hesitant to actually sell it or to ship it over. But yeah, for my end, it's kind of like the same deal, right? Like they were very cautious. They were afraid that, yeah, that I might be like a scammer. Not because of what I said, but because it's such an expensive item, and some people, well, it's the internet. Like there are some terrible buyers that I don't know how they do it, but on Vinted apparently you are able to do some terrible shit to sellers. Luckily, never encountered it. But yeah, from my end though, everything seemed perfect from the photos, and like a pristine state. They said like no scratch on the disc, but I never saw the underneath, like the disc itself. And for PlayStation 2 titles, and especially more the expensive titles, I've been somewhat cautious because of like some reports about the rule of rose. Like a lot came onto the market like in the last couple of months. But I heard also a story that a Etsy seller was making like some very good replicas of Rule of Rose. So whenever I see Rule of Rose, I think like, is this actually a real one? This is not Rule of Rose, but because I didn't see underneath like the below the CD, I kept thinking, well, oh man, it's not gonna be like a CDR, right? Like a just a burned disc. I hope not. See, that is where my mind is going at that moment. But yeah, back to the game. Oh, now you see what game it is. Terrible. Or maybe you did not pay attention at all and you didn't see it. But yeah, I'm very yes. I'm taking my time with unpacking this. It's always tricky to know like where to cut and where you shouldn't cut. But yeah, after like opening it up, I will inspect it, show it to you. I will probably record some gameplay, but I will test it off cam, like on the PlayStation 2, to see if everything is working, and if everything is okay. I'm not sure, like for PlayStation 2, maybe you know, are there actually discs out there, like copies that are pressed but still like copies, if you know like what I mean, not like burned, but would those, is that actually something that exists today, like a fake disc, not the real deal, but it looks like a real disc, and it works just in an unmodded PlayStation 2? I don't know, like for the NES and the Nintendo 64 and most other consoles, I know how to spot a fake. But for PlayStation 2, I'm not sure. But when I heard like the story, for the Rule of Rose, yeah, constantly it makes me very wary. And yeah, this is the game that I purchased. Again, I'm not feeling 100%, so I can't show my enthusiasm to a full extent. But yeah, very happy with this one. It is Kuon, or Kwan. And yeah, I just really wanted to add this one to my collection because it's a PlayStation 2 title, it's a horror title, but more specifically, it's a From Software title, and I'm trying to obtain all the From Software titles for most of the common consoles. So that means like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. The Otogi ones on the Xbox, sadly sold a Otogi. I had that one 2 years ago, but yeah, sold it, but still want to get those. And for the GameCube, already have like the Lost Kingdoms 1 and 2. And for the PlayStation 3 or Xbox, like the Armored Core and Elden Ring and Dark Souls and whatever. But yeah, I was missing this one, and this is one of the most expensive From Software titles. There's another one that I really want to add to the collection because I also want to play it. It is Shadow Tower, but that one is actually more expensive than Kuon. First impression for this one, yeah, it looks very good. It actually, it's a strange thing because it is such an expensive title that you think like, okay, what is wrong? Like, is this like printed? Because it feels very good. Like the case is very good. Like I don't see any issues at all. Like the backside, this is just well kept. But yeah, this looks good, man. I know that Quan is maybe not the best horror game out there. but I really want to play it. And again, it's from software. And I'm not sure if that is within the discussion of like all the other PlayStation 2 horror games, that this is maybe not the best one. But I like the theme, I like the setting. I don't know much about like how it actually plays. But yeah, there is some creepy stuff in here though. But look at this. Oh yeah. Now look at the inside. I'm actually scared for a horror game. I'm actually a little bit scared to look at the inside. Yeah, man. Oh man, this looks good. This looks brand new. Just look at the manual. I'm not gonna get the manual out right now because reasons. But why is it not focusing? Here you go. Look at this. Yeah, that looks very good. Now the disc. I checked the number on the photo, but again, what I didn't see was actually the underneath, like the disc below. Yeah, that looks super good. Like no scratches at all. It's always difficult to show this. But yeah, this is good, man. Let's do the test. See if there's any like damage on the upper side. Nope, not at all. Not at all. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Quan is such a weird title. Yeah. So yeah, I picked up Quan. Very happy with this one. Yeah, what else is there to say? I think I'm gonna cut it over there because yeah, I just need to test it out. I need to know for sure that it is actually working. Gonna go over it again, like in my own pace, and check it out. There might be like an intro. I need like an outro for this video, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this segment though. It looks good. Let's go over it again actually. So the 53411, that matches up with the code on the disk as well. 53411. Yeah, I'm always curious, like, did they just own this and never played it? Were they like a collector and just always kept it like stored away, like in a good location? Because this one, it feels good. It feels clean. With some PlayStation 2 titles or with DVD cases, you know if it's actually dirty because you just feel it. This just feels clean. There's me describing like a PlayStation 2 DVD case. But yeah, going over it again. Nothing stands out. Seems good as well. Good paper feel. So that seems all legit. Just gonna kind of open up check the manual. Looks all good. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think this is the most expensive game that I ever bought. And like I said earlier, not really planning on doing that often. But yeah, that's Guan. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out on the PlayStation 2, and I will report back to you in just a couple of seconds. Hey everybody, it is Saturday morning and it's been a couple days since the unboxing. Feeling a lot better, but not 100% though. Man, during that unboxing, I had a case of the foggy brain. My energy was super low. Did check out the game. It is working, but decided, hey, let's just check out like this game together. I played a little bit just now after the intro, and the game is a little bit dark, so the brightness is definitely upped in the footage, so it doesn't look like the best. But yeah, I was thinking let's just check out like this game for maybe 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15, and talk over it, and yeah, check it out like together. And let's just do that now. So yeah, like I said, I already skipped some introduction stuff, and we did sort of acquire like a skill. With Quan, you do have like a healing ability. I'm gonna say you do get like healing items, but whenever you're not in combat, you can just meditate and heal yourself. And for the intro, we are here with our sister. You are able to select like 2 characters. I think the other character is a sister, and you got separated. And I guess the goal right now is to get back together. And this is a couple minutes in the game, and we hear some kids singing. It's not creepy at all. Who's walking?
そうみな死んでしもうた生きておるのは今も生きておるかな
Okay. Everything is fine. Lady Fujiwara Memoriam. Memorandum. Note addressed to Lady Fujiwara. My lady. I have placed the remaining wooden disc in the manor's small shrine and in the altar. Don't worry about the 2 spikes. I've entrusted them to Miss Ayako and to the seer, who's here inspecting the manor. The 2 of us are going to hide in the garden. Please take care of yourself. Return to the game screen. Yes. So we did something. Something must have jumped into the pond, but it's too dark to tell. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we had 1 combat encounter already, but I have a feeling like this game doesn't rely too much on the combat though, because you're not that strong, but I guess you get spells or other ways to attack like monsters. There's another rope next to the corpse. The rope extends into the hole. Where could it lead? Not to a good place. I'm gonna guess. But yeah, having said that though, like I don't know much about Quan. Actually, I checked out some gameplay here and there just to see what it was about. I might have seen like a retrospective about it, but briefly, or that has been like a long while ago, because this is a game that I just really want to experience and yeah, really want to play and see what the From Software game is all about. Air is drifting out from the shine. Could there be an open space inside it? But yeah, the cool thing for me is always with From Software titles is just seeing like if you stumble upon certain elements that are that you do see like in later entries like Demon's Souls or Dark Souls or Elden Ring or Sekiro even. A card slick with blood is lying here. Spell card, Hibari, fiery arrows piercing an enemy. I forgot to turn on the timer for 10 minutes, so let's just do that now. So we do have like a spell. How do I select? Writing settings. An inventory of various reading materials can be viewed here. This often contains valuable hints, references, and history in a variety of journals, diaries, and books. We will do that later. Equipment, card, and weapon selection. When a triangle or square is equipped with a card, you can use it at any time by pressing the button. Ooh. When a button not assigned to a card is pressed, a standard weapon attack is performed. So it replaces the weapon even if I equip like both things, I'm gonna say. But this already, like, this is what I was talking about. I think I was talking about this. That you do always see some elements from prior games in newer games. And for example, this with the spell card, that already makes me think about like Lost Kingdoms with the card system and just how that UI actually looks like. And that to me, I dig that. I love that. That is not to say that just From Software only does that, but with From Software you really see it because they have like this certain way of approaching things with games that you kind of can guess like, oh, is this From Software? Hello? Oh, these cards are used to cast magic spells. I just pressed triangle. Each card can be used only once. Maybe just use the regular attack. So you're not quick though with the attacks. Yeah, that's fine. Can we get in there? Seal. Venus has been placed on the door. Okay. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Oh yeah, and in the intro I kind of forgot. It kind of mentions that making sound will attract like the Gaki. That is how they call the monsters? Spring. I think I'm walking back again. I'm not too sure though. Can't go there. Yeah, I'm walking back. I made a mistake. I like the ambience on the background. It's creepy. But yeah, very curious. If this game is good or not. Like during the unboxing, I mentioned like that some people mentioned like it's not that good of a game, but yesterday or so I was checking out some discussions about this game, and then people mentioned it. Yeah, it's actually very good. So I really want to make up my own mind. That's always like the best case in this in an instance like that. Just play it. Experience it on your own. Once a 3 wooden disc and 3 spikes has been attached to the proper place, the shrine door will open. Oh no. Do I need to do a puzzle within like 10 minutes? 5 minutes? Attach wooden disc by pressing the D-pad to select a hole and X to confirm. You'll make a mistake. Press X to... Oh no. The wooden disc and spikes can seal openings. It seems the disc needed... Okay. That's a plus. I can't even solve it right now. Can I walk back here? No, this is just me wandering around like here for the rest of this recording. Front door is sealed tightly. There must be another entrance somewhere. Well, there is here. What we're gonna do is oh, shh. So if I attack twice, oh, he's dead now. So we can do a stabby when they're on the ground. There's a glowy thing. Ritual icon used to cleanse oneself. Now I'm not too sure if I need to use a spell on here. No. Venus has been placed on the door. Yeah, let's just run and see if that is not gonna impact anything at all. Oh, there was this, not a rope indeed. Yeah, okay, we have not been here. Purple covered book emitting a foul odor. I too may suffer that same fate. Don't know what that was about. I kind of skipped the thing. Oh, maybe I should read the book. Or the thing that I picked up, writings. I've been summoned by the Lord who resides in the manor. I shall be gone for a time. The Lord is acquiring my prayers and skills. He is convinced that his manor is cursed. I believe he has an overly vivid imagination. Most likely he saw a rat and mistook it for a creature of the other world. At least that is what I think. I shouldn't be away for very long, but take care of the shrine in my absence. You must not forget to take care of the silkworms. Also, I am worried about Kuraha's health. Please watch over her. I don't think that is I think we picked up this one with the foul odor. The residents of the manor are disappearing and not one of them are returned alive. Sometimes their corpses are discovered and they are always horrible to behold. Some of them were skilled with bamboo spears, others were discovered under the eaves but were unrecognizable. Only bits of their flesh remained. I too may suffer that same fate. Okay, so we skipped that one a bit. I can't continue here though. That's a shame. I'm stuck in this game after 10 minutes. But you're in the same fate though. I'm gonna wander around like in the first area. Maybe I missed something over there. Then we might actually call it. Oh, this corpse is actually gone. The trail ends at the water. I'm not able to go into the water though. I like the slow movement, like the pace. It fits the game. Here's an item. Oh, nice cutscene. Is that the sister? I think they are. Oh. Do you get like summons? Is this Lost Kingdoms?
無事か？あ、大丈夫です。危ないところを。私、この裏手の神社に住む。
Oh no, that's not the sister. This might be like the other character that you can play. I'm not too sure. But you can play like two characters.
姉様と二人山を降りたのですが、はぐれてしまったのです。だが、このようなところに一人では危うい。私が守ってやれればよいのだが。そうだ。これを使うとよい。父様の父の使う符とよく似ております。そなたの父上、確か神主と言ったな。
Yeah, let's watch this cutscene and then maybe call it because
これを
Yeah,
父上に
still
授か
not
ったもの
feeling
です
great.
何かの意に役立つやもしれませぬ。ありがたく受け取っておこう。では気をつけるのだぞ。はい。ザクヤ様も。
Spell a Fury Arrow piercing an enemy. So you have like summons. Yeah, this is very fascinating. Arachnid type creature with slow movement. Wolf that fiercely protects his master. Cards can be equipped from the main menu. Cards can be used at any time. Yeah, man, this is like, I'm not gonna say like similar to Lost Kingdoms, but in Lost Kingdoms you do have like the cards and the summons, and they actually do the like the combat. So that's cool to see. And that is Quan. Really enjoyed checking out like the first 15 minutes or so. And already like it's very fun to see some of those From Software type of aspects in a game, like the summoning system that you see in Lost Kingdoms 2 as well. And I'm sure there are a couple of other elements in this game that you see, and that makes you go like, hey, this is something that is very similar to something that you see like in Demon's or Dark Souls or like Elden Ring. I just love that stuff, and that's why I really wanted to pick this one up. Besides it being a horror title, it is a From Software title. And yeah, I already put it like in the box protector. That is what I do with some of the games that I own, like the more expensive ones. But this one is also like in a pristine state. I feel like I got really lucky with this one. Because everything looks pristine, like the disc, no scratches. The manual looks good. There's maybe a little bit of damage, like on one of the edges of the front page of the manual, but nothing too big. Like it's very minor. And yeah, the cover itself and the case, everything is like, yeah, super good. So very happy that it's now part of the collection. And yeah, for horror games, I feel like I'm nearing the end of like the PlayStation 2, my sub collection, the horror games. Like there are many of them, and still many that I don't own. But I am definitely looking more for the games that I really want to play and that are also like well received. Yeah, Rule of Rose is still up there of a game that I wanted to add to my collection because I do want to play it, and it being a little bit cheaper right now, maybe now is the best time. Now is the best time to pick that one up. Oh, yeah. It is still like around like 300 or so. Maybe 250. Do want to save up for that one and add it, but not really in a rush, but kind of want it. Still not too sure, not 100%. With Quan, I knew like, yes, this is the one that I wanted to get again because it's also From Software title. So it's like yeah, there are a couple of reasons to pick it up. Besides Rule of Rose, yeah, I still want to get like the Project Zero 2 and Project Zero 3. That's the more expensive of those two. 3 is around like 150 and 2 around like 80 or so. 3, sadly, don't see that one that often. Besides that, there are just a couple cheaper horror games like Alone in the Dark. A New Nightmare, maybe that's what's called, but that one is around like 15. And yeah, I keep forgetting about this one. Maybe that's like a very conscious thing to do. That is Shattered Memories. I do own it for the Wii. That is maybe why I keep forgetting it. I don't own like the PlayStation 2 version, but that one ranges around like 150 to 250. And I'm not gonna pay like 250 for like Shattered Memories. Like happy to pay like 150 or around there, but 250 sounds just a lot. I really like Shattered Memories though. Played the Wii version. Really like that as a Silent Hill game. But not really like in a rush. Like I don't feel like, okay, I need. It's a nice. It's more like a nice to have instead of like a must have. Somewhat similar to like Rule of Rose. So yeah, kind of think about like, okay, what's the other horror game that I want to pick up? And in a case like this with the horror games and the games that I just mentioned, they're so expensive. So I really want to take my time and need to save up money. Like it's not like, oh, I see like a good deal and I'm just gonna immediately jump on it. And especially after purchasing Quan, need to take it a little bit like slow with buying games. And yeah, also you kind of need to find like one that is like in a good condition, because when I look at Quan, and that is what I'm searching for. Like willing to pay more, but if I see a good deal and it's like in a good condition, then it's yeah, that's like perfect. I don't want to go below the price and buy a version without a manual, or in a different language, like a French version or something, with a scratch disc, and just so that I have it in my collection. No, I rather have like one that's like in a good condition, if that makes sense. But yeah, from software titles, because that's the other sub collection, there are some games that I'm still missing out on. That I really want, but those are also expensive. Game collecting, what a fun hobby. I think the biggest one on the list is maybe Shadow Tower, but that's going to be like an import title. It's a NTSC release, besides like the Japanese release. Sadly, it did not get like a PAL release, but it being a PlayStation 1 title, and I already have like, or my collection is NTSC. Yeah, I would probably prefer that one. But Shadow Tower, also a very fascinating game, and also a game that I really want to play. But that one is around like 300 or so, and I need to import it, so that's gonna get expensive as hell. But I need to be on the lookout for that one. Another one that, well, I need to think about this one. Like, I would love to have Shadow Tower because it's such an oddity. But I would also love like having the first Kingsfield, because I do own Kingsfield 2, but I don't own Kingsfield 1. But Kingsfield 1 is a difficult one to get. It is not like super rare, and also not too expensive, maybe 150 or so. But you do have like two variants, just like the dual case, but also the long box. I really don't want to get like the long box. I want to get like the dual case, or the dual case version. But yeah, that one is also 140, 150. Probably a high chance of finding that one like here, the NTSC version. Shadow Tower, never seen it like here. So Kingsfield, if I'm lucky, maybe someone is selling it that owns it like here, and I'm not dealing with like import fees and high shipping costs. And then I'm still missing out on some PlayStation 2 Armored Core games like the Les Raven, and I always forget the other name. Les Raven and another one. It's also an expensive Armored Core game. Those are, at some point I want to get those games. Don't see them like go up in price like anytime soon, because they have already gone up due to like Armored Core 6. So not really like in a rush. So I'm just my priority is like the horror games first, and the other From Software titles that I just mentioned, because I'm still missing out on a couple like 2 and 3, and then you do have like a sequel to 2, or like another version of like 3. There are just so many titles, and I do have like Armored Core 2 on the PlayStation 1, or the first one. Still missing like 2 or so on the PlayStation 1. But those are, again, like a little bit like lower on the list. So yeah, with having said that though, yeah, very happy with Quan. You might wonder like, what did you pay for it? I never feel like good about talking about like prices, but maybe for this time make an exception. And sometimes I do mention like the prices, but it's such an expensive title. I ended up paying €350 for this one. And that is including shipping and like buyer's protection. I bought it on Vinted, and we agreed on the price for 320, and that was like a very good price, 320. And then it became like 350 because of the shipping and the buyer's protection. 320. That's perfect, because I'm not sure if I mentioned it in this video. I saw it like a while ago in Tilburg at a game convention for $450. Because at the time I was searching more for Gale of Darkness, so I already purchased like Gale of Darkness. I think if I was not able to find like Gale of Darkness, I would probably have purchased like Quan over there. Happy that I didn't. After that, I have never seen it like at a game convention. And last weekend there was another game convention. Did not see it over there as well. It was a smaller one though. Did not record like any footage at the game convention, so there's no video coming out about that one though. And now on price charting, I checked it out on price charting like Quan, and it seems to range like between $600 and $700. So let's just say €500, and that's crazy. So there's a big difference. And on Vinted, I saw a couple of other ones around like 400 or 450, like in the worst state. So I really lucked out. And again, the seller, they were a little bit like hesitant to actually sell it to me because of like the distance that it had to travel. And apparently it's quite easy to actually scam people on Vinted with more expensive titles, like that it didn't arrive for. I don't know how people do it. So, but hey, they were hesitant, but we talked over it, and I'm glad the seller was like confident enough to sell to me, and very happy that we actually struck a very good deal, and I feel like I'm not able to get that deal anytime soon again. At some point, though, having said that, though, I think it was earlier this year that I already purchased Quan on Vinted, but they canceled the order. They had it listed for 200 or 220, and when I saw it, like I jumped on it right away, but they canceled it and said like, no, I already sold it somewhere else. But they listed it like a minute or so before I actually bought it. So I'm guessing they got like some other offers with the messages, but that kind of sucked, because 200 for Quan was very like a very good deal. But that just goes to show that hey, it is possible to get it for cheaper. My ballpark was, or my max was maybe around like 350. Although I just said like I would pay it like for 450 at a convention, but that's a different deal. But 350, yeah, that's a good price. Still a lot of money. Still a lot. And I do believe that this might be the most expensive game that I purchased. I think it's also the most expensive game that I own currently. Is that true? I think it is, because I don't think Earthbound is that expensive. Let's fact check that. But I did not pay the. I have Earthbound. Had Earthbound in my possession for a long time now. Earthbound. Loose is $355. Okay. How much is that in euros? Well, Earthbound is 335. What's happening with Earthbound? It has always been expensive, but I did not pay like 335. I purchased that one maybe 8 or 10 years or so ago. So yeah, very happy that it has been part of my collection for a long while now. Well, this ended up being a very long video and me ranting about From Software and horror games. Maybe at some point I need to make 2 videos, show my horror games that I own on the PlayStation 2 and also show the From Software titles that I own, but not today though, because I'm gonna chill out and chill out more and do nothing at all. Thanks all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and checking like the short Let's Play video of Quan. Have a nice day all, and if it's a weekend, have a nice weekend as well, and see you all later. Bye. And also thanks for the likes and subscribes in the last couple of weeks. I highly appreciate it. Thank you. See you all later. Bye.